I'm looking at the bike. 2021 Specialized Epic Comp Carbon, size large. 2021, 26 pounds, 4 ounces. And in kilos, it comes out to 11.89 kilos. Stay tuned to a free body sound test with the Shimano hub in the back with a Shimano Shimano SLX 12-speed cassette. Thank you. Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is GC Performance here, back with another video. I just want to say, first off, happy 2021 to everyone. Hopefully you guys have a good year. But let's go ahead and get right into this. This is a Specialized Epic Comp Carbon. This bike is not made in the USA, actually. I believe this is only exclusively, again, to EU or Australia, to those other countries as well. I believe Specialized had plans to make this bike in the United States. This one retailed for $4,200. But I just think with the whole inventory situation going on, the troubles to get bikes as is right now, they just never got around to making them, and they're just trying to fulfill the orders they have at right now. So this one retails for $4,200. The closest model, if you want to get a full race Epic from Specialized, the cheapest model you can get right now is for $6,000. So this one's $4,200. This is definitely a better price point of a bike, especially if you're just looking to get into the XC game and just try out some races. But I'll kind of show over all the specs on the bike, and maybe if you're around the area or even in the EU, maybe you can get one of these. But this is, again, a 2021 Specialized Epic Comp Carbon, size large. It is in the blaze color, so it's kind of a red orangish color. On screen, it looks very orange right now. This is definitely more of a peach color. I don't know if I can get like it looks very orangish. This video is not going to do it as justice as like seeing in person, but it's still a good looking color. The Specialized logo's in this kind of like gold vivid color. Looks really good. Weighs in at 26 pounds, I think 6 ounces. So we're going to start over with the specs on here. So for $4,200, you're going to get a standard Specialized alloy bar, a regular Specialized alloy stem on here as well. And the weight that I gave you is with this cut all the way down. There are no spacers, there are no extra steer, so keep that in mind for the weight as well. The brakes equipped on here are going to be Shimano SLX mineral oil on here. You get a Shimano SLX 12-speed trigger shifter as well. Very smooth. I'm actually a big fan of this. I actually prefer the SLX feel more than the XT. This feels way more smoother, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just my opinion. The XTR mechanical shifting this year, it really just feels like you're taking like a screwdriver and putting it into like a box of nails, and you're just wrenching it around. It works good. It's a very efficient click, but I like this is definitely a more smooth actuation, and you still have those affirmative clicks, but that's just my take on it. SLX shifting, very nice. It's not really a budget at all. That's a really nice component, and I like the derailleur and everything like that. I'll talk more about it in the future. Rockshox Reba front fork. This is a new redesigned Reba. Proclaims are smoother, better, everything lighter, everything that you want in a fork. You get 100 millimeter travel. You get a little compression lockout right now, so the shock right now is fully open. We go ahead and has little individual clicks, so you can make it a little bit more firmer if you like for on the go, but then you can go ahead and give it a full lockout. When you go to full lockout, there'll always be a little bit of sag in that shock. Just a tiny bit, again, because it's air, it's not a spring, so there still will be that little bit of play in there. That's fine. It is a through axle on here, and this mountain bike is boost, so it's a 15 millimeter through axle by 110 width of the hub. What's spec for these wheels is just going to be a Shimano free hub body. A Shimano hub in the front with it just looks like an alloy rim. There's no markings on here, and again, because it is an EU bike, I don't have the specs for it, but it's just a regular, if anything, I would just say it looks like a DT rim or something like that. But yeah, nothing crazy. Again, just a regular Shimano hub on there. Very reliable, gonna be great for $4,200. It'll get you through. They are tubeless ready as well, and the bike does come with valves. The tires you get on here are gonna be the Fast Track Control 29 by 2.3s. They are tubeless ready as well. And then there's a picture of the SLX brakes on there. The rotor is a 160 in the front for the size large, and it is a center lock. Moving on down to the frame, you have your cable housing right here. You do have a 3-hole in case you ever wanted to add a dropper post. Going down to the frame, Specialized logo, your 3 water bottle bolts right here if you want to add a water bottle cage, and then an extra tool right here as well. You have your other water bottle bolt right there. You have your Rockshox rear shock with the brain incorporated to there. So again, for $4,200, this is gonna be the cheapest. I don't even think they make an aluminum model for the race ready bikes. For the new 2021 platform, they actually changed the whole platform completely, and they made it really specific to race riding. Before, they used to make the Epic at an aluminum price point, maybe around $3,000, something like that. They really focus on the Evo being more that kind of getting into the market, and now their new Epic for this bike is more the race ready bike, and it is more higher end. So you're going to see this being the starting price point in EU. In America, it's going to be $6,000 starting price point. So if you're getting this bike, you're getting into races, you're getting into that fast lap time, you're getting into those KOMs, you want to be competitive, and it's a very fast bike. So this is their Rockshox specialized rear shock. This is proprietary to Specialized. It has a brain incorporation to it. So you have right here the tube for the back that goes all the way down to the bottom. This is the new Brain 2.1. It's redesigned from 2018 to 2020. It's going to be stiffer, firmer, better platform. You're not going to have that loud thud when the suspension activates. And what this does is it keeps this rear shock completely firm until you actually do hit a bump, a rock, or something like that, or a drop. Then that inertia valve in the back is going to open up, and it's going to allow this shock to engage freely. And then once you go back to a flat surface, it'll keep it soft, or keep it firm to the point where your bike's not gonna be bobbing up and down. So that's the whole idea behind the brain function on this bike. And that's why it really is geared more towards cross country and more flat riding and more finesse riding. You're not just gonna see a rock garden and go balls to the wall at it. You're gonna pick your lines right, you're gonna pick your routes right, and you're gonna pick the smoother route. They do have some options on here in the back as well for the new brain. You can see right here, firm or soft. So if you do want this turned all the way on, this will make the brain fully engaged. If you want the brain semi-on, it has individual clicks again. And if you even want to run it soft, this is almost like just running a 100mm shock on the rear. So that way you can kind of get the full idea. If you do want to hit some jumps, or you do want to hit some stuff for that day, I still don't recommend it fully for it, but they say it is capable as long as you're not casing each jump, but it's mountain biking, so you never know. SLX crank, very nice cranks as well. It is a threaded bottom bracket with just a BSA threaded bottom bracket. You have here their Fact Carbon 11M right there, logo, your design in California. You have your Rebound Adjustment right here. What the Rebound Adjustment does, it makes it softer or faster in the return rate. So if you're on a flat road with small little bumps, you might want a faster returns because you don't want this sucking away your suspension. If you're going down bigger drops or bigger jumps and you don't want to get bucked off the bike and you don't want this to return so quickly, you make this slower and you turn this a couple times. So that way when you hit a bump, it's going to hit and it's going to return slowly. Whereas if it was fast, it'll hit and bounce you off the bike. So a little advice for you. 32 tooth front chainring. Again, SLX front crank. I think this group is great for the money. I mean, an SLX 12-speed group is very cheap in terms of price point, but in terms of longevity and durability, it's built like a tank. It's like the 105 of the road group. It's built like a tank. It's kind of heavier, it's robust, but honestly, it looks clean. It's gonna run for a while. The cassette and chain in the back are very easily to find and to replace. They're not as expensive as like an XT or XTR. I mean, the group, and it shifts smooth. It still comes with a little clutch too, so you have this little clutch right here. So you go ahead and hit this up. This will make this so this cage has more tension, so if you are getting a little bit rowdy and hitting some bumps, you don't want to jump around. But if you're just gonna be riding road or levee, you can keep this smooth, so the shifts will be a lot smoother. But a majority of the time, everyone just kind of keeps that up. That's just to be honest, you kind of keep it more like SRAM. SRAM has that very tight tension on there. They had a patent on it, so this is just kind of like Shimano's way of getting around it. The little twin clutch or whatever. Going back here, you have a SLX chain, an SLX cassette in the back, 10 tooth in the bottom, 51 tooth in the top. Again, very nice gearing. Shifting is smooth as all can be. Very responsive, lines up good. I like this group a lot for the money. I'll prefer it over XT as well if I can get on any bike. Showed off the brain. You have a regular center lock rear rotor here as well, a Shimano 160. You have your SLX rear brake and design in the back as well. You have a Shimano freehub body back here. Engagement, decent. Again, the wheels aren't the best, but they are tubeless ready. They'll get you through. It's just a standard Shimano freehub body on there. Not too bad. If you do look to buy this bike and get an upgraded wheel set, make sure the wheel set you're buying is ready for micro spline because you have the cassette. So the freehub body on the back has to be a micro spline. Majority of wheels now come standard with either XD by SRAM, so just keep that in mind. So if you are looking at getting a new wheel set, because this is a 12-speed cassette, make sure you get an XDR micro spline on there. I'm sorry, XTR micro spline there. But yeah, tire in the rear is a fast track control 29 by 2.3. Seat post is going to be an aluminum seat post, 30.9. That's the new standard for the new Epics. The saddle that comes equipped with it is a Specialized power saddle. Nice comfy saddle. Nice padding, wide. I prefer a little bit more nose on my mountain bike saddle. I like to use that as more of like trajectory to be able to push where I want the bike to go, or kind of angle me where I want the bike to go. But that's just riding style and preference. But the power saddle is very nice. Best thing that I can say about the new Epics, they have a little bit more rake in the front. So I'll give you actually two things. I'm gonna say from a mechanic standpoint, the best thing about these new Epics is the brake lines. To run them, it's all guided already. They have it's just like the old Stumpies. So to run a new brake line, if you buy your new brakes, you're like, oh, I could bleed a brake myself. I'll just go on YouTube. You yank this one out, you put a new brake line through there, you shove it in there, it's gonna pop right out of this hole very easily, no questions asked, smooth as butter. It's just gonna come right out. Downfall to it, which a lot of people actually liked, but just because we're in Florida and we don't have the hills, the new Epic, as you can see it, the front fork is very raked out now. It's more raked than what the old Epic was. So everyone used to look at this Epic and see a steep head tube angle and very tucked in the wheelbase. For what people used to do this for, they used to think that the Epic was more, you know, anywhere else in the country besides Florida where you actually have downhill, they almost felt like they're going over the bike. So now that they add this more rake, it's better for XC riding, these races, I'm sure these US Olympians who are going to be sending it down bigger stuff, but people in Florida want that more tight, tucked in wheelbase. They're referring this more to a a stumpy wheelbase. It's a very long wheelbase now, but what that does, it keeps you planted, it keeps it better for climbs, it keeps it better for descending. But everyone who wants just flat road riding down here in Florida, they don't prefer it. But in the benefit in the long run, it will make you a better rider. A better planted bike will make you more confident going to controls and turns. So hopefully you guys get out there and ride one and try it out for yourself. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I wanna thank you guys so much again. If you guys have any questions or comments, please go ahead and leave them down below in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe if you want more content like this. I appreciate it very much. Stay tuned to after the video. I will be doing a free body sound test on these wheels right here. Thank you guys, bye. All right, here comes a 2021 Specialized Epic Comp Carbon free hub body sound test. These are just a stock aluminum rim with a Shimano rear hub and a SLX cassette 12-speed. Sounds good. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.